Welcome, Field Farm Sessions, episode 223 on July the 5th. I did not do one yesterday. Happy birthday to all the Americans out there. Talk a little bit about weather, traffic, and people, couple corrections, raspberry season, getting ready for Big Roy's daughter's reception, who I'll talk about that after, and a couple few corrections. Yes, Aaron Judge was the guy I was trying to think of the other day that hit the home run off the Jays. But then, Emmett's on. Emmett, are you sweating in the barn today? It says heat warning in Bradford, Ontario today. I live an hour and a half north of Toronto, southern Ontario. Emmett lives an hour and a half west of Toronto, northwest of Toronto. So similar weather patterns. It says right now it is 23 degrees. It's going to get 31 degrees this afternoon and 31 degrees tomorrow. Now, as people have listened before, what does that mean for chickens? It means open up the fucking fans, get the air moving through there, because cows huff and puff. Chickens huff and puff and die. It's like what does it say today? Humidex of 40. Yes, so it's gonna be a hot one. The wife and two kids came home from the cottage yesterday because my daughter has a birthday party coming up, and I think she's the same as me. You get up there so long and you got to take a break. It's not there's so much to do at home that you want to get home and do some stuff. Being at the cottage is lovely. Relaxing, going boating, going tubing, doing stuff here and there, but. It's more like a little planned, relaxed holiday, and you got to get home back to reality. So that's about the weather. Mystery's on. Mystery is in his air conditioned truck or air conditioned house with his G string on, just loving life. Go over to Roscoe's place and get some raspberries. The kids have been picking a little bit. My second daughter, she goes out and sneaks raspberries all the time, and then you go to look to get some just a snack when you're walking by, and there's none left because she's ate them all. So I was doing my corrections. I was talking the other day. If you listen back, I said Aaron Judge was the guy I couldn't think of. He's the home run smasher for the Yankees. But the Jays, talk about the Jays a bit because Mystery loves the Jays. They swept the New York Yankees, which is crazy. It's I think it's the first time. I don't know all the statistics, but it's the first time in a long time that they swept the Yankees. They are leading them in the division now. I just want to. I gotta get the secretary out here, Mystery, because it's. Let's see, Jay. All you gotta do is Jays score, and you know what the hell's going on. Jays score today. There's no Jays score today. They won last night. There you go. Final 4-3 against the Angels. So now they're 50-38. They are rocking, but I think they need like 100 wins to get the playoffs or to get a wild card. So they still got a long way to go, but they're in the right direction. I seen online there your Mr. Marner signed with Vegas, and as a non-Leafs fan, I think most of the moves the Leafs make are mistakes. So let's just put it this way: it's more than likely a mistake. You get a hometown guy, keep him, and trade that fucking Matthews, who's an Arizona boy, an American boy. Get some shit for him and move on. You didn't get anything for Marner when you traded him, so. The good thing about him going there is they get to play San Jose a lot, so I get to see what's happening when they're playing them. So enough about sports. Let's get out of sports. So Big Roy, Mystery and Emmett, I don't know if you've listened to my podcast. Big Roy's daughter's having a wedding reception here next week. So as in Big Roy fashion, a partially clean shed is not good enough for Big Roy. So he's got the power washer. He's got scaffolding. He's washing the crap out of the shed. I said, I don't know if I want it this clean. Anybody that knows me knows that I'm not perfect. I don't like things perfect, but he's going to have everything just perfect. And you can't make the cement on the floor any perfect unless you paint it or epoxy it. But the shop, they're going to do food preparation in the shop. So it's friggin' clean. Like it's unbelievably clean, other than we shifted a lot of shit to the one side, which it's still a shop. It's still, as I said to Big Roy, it's a working shop. You can't just go crazy. Move some stuff. But like everything else, he goes, you don't have to do anything. But yeah, I kind of have to do a bunch of stuff. I get the laneways a bit dusty. So you know what farmers do to laneways, don't you? And let's just say there's some used stuff you put on it once in a while. So And Hubie Jen, I was going to give Hubie Jen shit. She must be on holidays because I have not heard from Hubie Jen in a long time. Maybe she's divorced me on the podcast. Who knows? But she has been gone a while. She's missed a few episodes. I do enjoy her comments. She does very good comments. Hubie Jen, if you want to come to a wedding reception in a shed, come on out next weekend, next Saturday. You guys can come to Mystery Emmett. I don't know how many people I'm supposed to invite. It's not mine. I don't even know. I'll know some people, but not a ton of people because Big Roy's ex-wife will be there, his sisters, his brothers, his neighbors, people that I've never seen before, some people. So it should be interesting. And the best thing about it is you can indulge in alcohol and just walk home to your bed. Walk across the laneway to your bed. It's perfect. Mister, you must have a camper. You can bring your camper and just stay in. I'm sure there's a few. I know there's going to be a couple single ladies here. So bring your camper, park it somewhere, and just slide in. Do a wedding crash. I'm sure you've done it before. So yes, Hubie Jen. Getting into Hubie Jen and chickens audits. So one of the beautiful things about having dairy and having poultry is you have an annual audit. So I don't know if I don't think the beef or sheep do audits because they're not regulated by, I'm not know. Somebody have to text me on that. But anyways, all I do is talk about what I know. So dairy has audits. My feed guy was trying to tell me how difficult the dairy audit is. And I said, maybe altogether it's difficult, but you guys have a cow meat audit and you have the milk audit. So I think separately, oh, mystery. Separately, I think they're not as bad, but put them together, the dairy's worse than the chicken. But separately, the milk and the meat is not as bad as the chicken. So you got to do, and we're trying to get it. Now that I'm on the board, I don't know how much clout I have because you're only one of 9. So I can do votes and I can do motions and I can go in the meeting and start screaming. Unless you get 4 other people that agree with you, and if you talk crazy, they're not going to agree with you. So you can put forth a motion if you get four other directors on the board to do it. And I think they're swaying in the right way. There's the biggest thing with the audits is the repetitiveness of the audits. Like you do every flock that goes out, it's a repetitive. What do you do this flock? What do you do this flock? And most guys have it on a piece of paper and you just change the dates because you pretty much do the same thing every year. The biggest crock of shit that used to be was they used to say, well, you have to mandatory wash your barns and disinfect your barns every year. So most poultry farmers, hold on, unedited KJ. Most poultry farmers would just say, yes, I wash my barn once a day or once a year. Because if you're an organic or raised without antibiotics, it's proven fact that you do not wash and disinfect your barn because when you do that, you take away all the good bugs. There's bad bugs and good bugs. You have a bad flock, yes, wash, disinfect, get rid of all those bad bugs. But if you have organic, you want to seed the barn with, KJ's on now too. KJ missed my episode the other day because she was at no, never mind. She missed it the other day anyways. So you take away the good bugs too. So that's where now they tweaked the KJ just missed my unedited stuff, but now they tweak the system a little bit where you don't have to wash the barn because you keep those good bugs. So farmers actually do know stuff once in a while. So that is my beautiful, and Hubie Jen and a bunch of these people that I'm sure Hubie Jen does more of the books than EV. I'm sure EV doesn't do the books. So when you split up the workload, it's a little better. Whereas myself, I do the chicken barn and I do the books too. So when I have to do all this, it's a pain in the ass. So I have the chicken audit next. Same as dairy every other year. So last year I had online with you do all your stuff online. You submit it to some guy that's sitting there, the CFO auditor. This year I have a new person. I met a couple times. I never met her on farm, so I don't know how. I heard she's pretty thorough in her anal probe. So I'm hoping you got to leave a couple things. I know they don't listen to the show, but you got to leave a couple things that are obvious, and they go clean that up, and you're like, yes, okay. And then they don't give you shit for other stuff. So we'll see what I can leave. Sometimes you leave it like just over an expired an expired disinfectant. And they go, oh, that's expired, but it's only a month. And you're like, oh, yes. And they give you like a little slap on the wrist instead of that. So we'll see how it goes. I'll let you know. That is on Monday. And just after the hot, so my chickens are 18 days old. KJ, have you? No, you haven't left. So Big Roy's, I said, KJ, have you missed? Big Roy's washing the shed. They're going to have a wedding reception here next weekend. I said to Big Roy, now that you got the house all clean, I should have a 25+1 party in November. And he said, what do you mean by that? And I said, well, we've been up here for 26 years as of this November. So I said, why don't we do a 25-year +1? He goes, let's do it. So we'll see. And all you guys are invited. And KJ has been very enthusiastic and fast. You know what I mean? Enthusiastically pushing for a Field Home Farm Sessions party. So the 20 people that listen and the 20 or 30 people that listen outside the country and all over Canada, they're invited. So get out here. We'll have to pick a date in November that after the Royal, after my Queen's Park Day, we'll have to pick a day and get her done. What else is going on? I got that done. Haldeman Hank, I mentioned him the other day. He is just getting nominated. He got nominated for an Ontario Federation Agriculture position for a director. He is not a director as of yet, so we'll see. I got down here traffic and people. I could get crazy and talk about it the other day. I was at a stoplight. They have an advanced green, so there's a bunch of people going right by Ferris's old farm mystery. But so I'm waiting for this person in front of me. I didn't see how old they were, what gender, or whatever. But let's just put it this way: they're an idiot. So they're waiting, and for the yellow, and they waited and they went through on a left-hand turn on a red, and that held me up, so I didn't get going. And I'm just like, what the fuck? And he just went slowly through the intersection. People are honking at him. It's just traffic is insane, and people are insane. On that note, stay warm. Mister, are you at the cottage? KJ, get in your G-string, get in the lake. Emmett, stop mixing feed for like an hour and go jump in the lake. Go to Mystery. See, Mystery's at the cottage. We are not at the cottage. Too much shit to do. Too many chickens in. Roy said, why aren't you at the cottage? And I said, well, it's supposed to be +30, +31 the next couple of days. That's when you kind of got to watch the chickens a bit. I'm not going to go to the cottage and he'll say, oh, there's something. And you got to come back an hour and a half and chickens are dead. So you don't want to do that. You got to be around. You got to keep track of your business. Mystery, are you out? Is there many boats on your lake? Are you tubing? Who you going with? You got the jet ski out there, but we'll talk to you later. Good seeing you. Stay cool today. Drink lots of water or whatever you got on hand. Talk to you later. No Roscoe today. Must be raspberry picking.